All right. Hey guys, Damian Erskine here. I wanted to do a little instructional video clip, something I've been working through and I thought would be good for a lot of players out there. As a lot of you know, I like to use tunes out of the real book, working on arpeggios and the chord tones, non-chord tones as my vehicle for practice. So lately I've been practicing on working in positions, which I never did as a kid. I always just moved around to wherever the notes were. But I noticed I was having trouble with it in some tunes, so I've started to try and focus on it a little more. So there's going to be a number of steps in this process, and I'll lay them out. So we're going to be working in one position of the neck. So I'd say to start out, first 4 frets plus open string. That could be one position. Then after we run through all the exercises on that, do it in the middle of the neck, do it in the next position. So you really attack the whole fretboard, and especially for those of you that have trouble in the middle of the neck knowing where the notes are, this will be really helpful in opening some of that stuff up for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this tune, let's do Stella right now, and we're going to, like I've talked about in other videos, arpeggiate through the chords like we're walking. 1, 3, 5, 7 of each chord type, and then in each position, and then 3, 5, 7, 1, 5, 7, 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 5. So that's nothing new, but doing it in one position is kind of new for me. So I started messing with that, and then I started considering what to do on these sections with 2 chords per bar. Do I simply go 1, 3, 1, 3, and then get back to my arpeggios, and then 1, 3, 1, 3? Or do I go, this occurred to me, I could go 1, 3, and then 5, 7 of the next chord, which winds up being the same notes on a 2-5 quite often. E minor 7, flat 5 to A7. 1, 3, E, G is the same as 5, 7 of A7. So it actually makes it kind of cool because you can see how closely those chords are related. You start to see some of those relationships. But then I started considering, well, why don't we just assign a chord tone to every beat? And then regardless of what chord lays where, we'll play that. And this starts to get tricky as you start to mix up the pattern and try and stay in one position without jumping around. For me, it keeps me out of my comfort zone. So that's the thing I wanted to pass along to you guys. Let's pick a tune with more. Let's do giant steps. Primarily 2 chords per bar. So now we can experiment playing in one position, and again do this here, then here, then here. We're going to move it around. But let's assign a chord tone to each beat. Let's say beat 1 will be, well, we could start with 1, 3, 5, 7. Beat 1 is 1, beat 2 is 3, beat 3 is the 5th, beat 4 is the 7th of whatever chord is playing over those beats. So B major 7 for beats 1 and 2, 1, 3, but then we have D7 for beats 3 and 4, so we go 5, 7. We go B, D sharp, and then A, which is the 5th of D7, to the C, which is the 7th of D7. So if we went 1, 3, 5, 7 over giant steps, it would sound 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, oops, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Now, I started having fun by thinking, well, now my beat assignments are in root position. Let's do all the inversions. So now we can do first inversion beat assignments, which would be beat 1 is the 3rd, beat 2 is the 5th, 7th root, and do all of the inversions. So that would sound like 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3. I wasn't doing it. It's hard to talk and play for me, sorry. 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 7, 1. It's so hard for me to talk and play. But you can see it kind of gets your brain thinking about the changes in different ways. The next step would be to start mixing up the patterns in any given position. assigning different beats or scale tones even to every beat. Chord tones or scale tones. So you could go 1, 5, 3, 7. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, you could do anything you wanted. And it really gets you moving around the changes in different ways. And once you start trying to do it in real time, the pressure's on and it gets to be difficult. So let me run through one of these. I'll try and do it in real time with you. Let's do it slow though. Let's just do 1, 3, 5, 7. So beat 1, root 3 on the 2, third beat, chord 5, 7. So there's 1, 3, 5, 7. Now you can mix up all of the patterns and continue through all the different cycles. And then I find that when you work on that for a little while, in every position of the neck, all inversions of the chords in real time, out of time, and then assigning different chord tones or scale tones to different beats and then playing through changes in position, it really starts to open you up with regard to where the notes are, what notes are available to you, and that immediate recognition of what notes are in that chord. So that's my little blip. Let me just do a little playing on here since I got you here. I'm on my 4-string. It's not my solo in bass, but. Didn't know I was going to end that soon. So anyway, there you have it. Here are the steps. Every chord, root 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 1, 5, 7, 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 5 in every position of the neck. And then go through and start assigning arbitrary scale tones or chord tones to each beat, and then continue to try and walk through the chords one position or the other. that should really open things up for you. And I hope you dig that. All right, thanks.